Mario games can be really fun to play, but once you've beaten them once, there's really no point of going back to beat them again. Like, the only thing that really adds replayability is stars, moons, purple coins, and stuff like that. And once you've collected all of those, there's no point of going back to collect them again. Which means that Mario games have a very low amount of replayability. So to fix that problem, I'm going to try to make the most replayable Mario Maker level. But here's the problem. If you want to make a 100% replayable level, you would have to make the level 100% random. So that's exactly what I'm going to be doing in today's video. Let's get on with it. And luckily, Mario Maker 2 does have randomizers, or kind of. So here's an example to show what randomization is like in Mario Maker 2. If I place a clown car on spikes with a ceiling above it and start the level, it will always go right. But if I press some random input and then go through the door, there's a 50% chance that the clown car will go left. So randomization is not based on randomness, it's based on the inputs and what frame the inputs were pressed on. So using this, I placed some bumpers at the start of the level, so it's basically impossible to play the level the exact same way every time. Then I placed another clown car and made them hit note blocks based on what direction they go. I placed a mushroom, fire flower, Shelmet and Yoshi in each one, and that is 4 different possibilities. And they are left left, left right, right left, and right right. And for the rest of the video, I'm just going to have a possibility counter in the bottom left corner just to show how replayable this level will be. There'll be more later on in the video on how possibilities work and stuff like that. But anyways, now that I'm done this room, I just placed a pipe down, which sends Mario to fall down one of 2 holes, which are both completely separate randomizers, which already doubles their possibilities. And also, since these randomizers take up so much space and so many entities, I actually won't be making a random level, I'll be making a random boss fight. But anyways, back to making the level. The next possibility I'm going to add is whether or not the player hits a lift, which will be sent down as an obstacle in the boss fight. There's also another lift on the other side of the screen, but that doesn't add any more possibilities because they can't be triggered at the same time. And if you don't know what I mean, here's an explanation. Imagine a level where there's 2 different paths, left or right. If the player goes left, he hits the lift on the left, and if the player goes right, he hits the one on the right. Now let's say if the lift's been hit, its value is 1, and if it hasn't been hit, its value is 0. If the player drops down and hits the lift on the left, we can guarantee that the lift on the right is 0. Which means there's only 2 possibilities, 0, 1, and 1, 0 instead of 4. So hopefully that made sense to you, and if it didn't, that piece of knowledge is basically irrelevant to the whole level. So let's go and make more possibilities. For the next part of the level, I decided to make the player go into freefall. And while he's falling, he activates 11 different randomizers, which drop down different enemies, fire bars, and stuff like that. Which means there's now 16,384 different ways this level can play out. So before I get back to making, let's go through a few funny possibilities that I got. This one here, which has a 12.5% chance of happening, where bullet bill blasters are being brought up by the blue lift platform. It just makes it nearly impossible to survive. This one here with the same percent chance of happening is where you get 2 boom booms, but only one has the key. This one isn't too bad, but it's just really funny. Next, with a 6.25% chance of happening, is those 2 possibilities combined. Just give up at this point, there's no chance of you finishing it. Another time I got this abomination with a really low chance of happening. I actually don't know how low it is. And the final one, which I think is the funniest of them all, when I started the boss, he just died like instantly. Okay, so since the level's been 100% random so far, I decided to make the ending of the level completely random as well. Once you beat the boss and go through the pipe, there's a 50-50 chance that you either get top of the flagpole or bottom. One time I beat one of the hardest combinations, went through the pipe, and then got awarded with bottom of the flagpole. That's probably the only time I actually felt disrespected by a Mario Maker level, and I made it myself as well. So now that the level is done, each time you play this level, it's like rolling a dice with not 6, not 10, not 100, but 32,768 sides. That's so many possibilities that if on average it takes you 100 seconds to beat every level, you have to dedicate 57 days of your life to play the level every single hour you're awake, just to experience every possibility. And that's assuming that you have no duplicate possibilities, which is basically impossible. And in my opinion, I think that counts as a pretty replayable level. But anyways, thanks for watching this week's video. I've changed my schedule to only upload on Sundays or Wednesdays, depending on how the schedule's going. But also, in about 2 weeks to a month, my biggest video ever is coming out. It's a collab with a lot of people. Not all of them are YouTubers, or most of them aren't YouTubers, so I guess it's not really a collab. But it's definitely going to be my biggest video yet, so make sure to subscribe to see that. But anyways, thanks for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.